Coffee County. Devin Haney along with Kevin Lilly, Brian Dennett providing live stream video today. Free of charge on the Salina Post Sports Network, one of 3 events that we will have today. And I say events because all of the games that we are doing today on the Salina Post Sports Network can turn into a second game. And that is true here of the Southeast of Saline baseball team. We'll talk more about that as we bring in Kevin Lilly in just a couple of minutes here. But we also have Chapman softball that starts this evening at 5 o'clock. If they win their first one, they will play the second one for a right to go back to the 4A state tournament. And Chapman softball trying to do that again this year with their young, talented squad. And then starting here about the same time we are today in Burlington, up at Silver Lake, just north of Topeka. Tyler Henry is there, and he has Sacred Heart baseball as they are getting things underway today in regional play. If the Knights win the first one, they will play a second one for the right to go to the state tournament in Class 2A. Here in Class 3A baseball, the starting lineups are being introduced to the crowd here right now, and it's a chilly day. It's very windy. It is dry, though, right now as we look at this artificial surface and rain, a lot of it overnight here in the Burlington area and all day yesterday. Pretty much the whole state of Kansas can say that, but this is an all-turf facility, including the outfield, and field conditions not of concern here in this field that has now 4 years. This is the 4th season of artificial turf on it. A nice complex here all the way around the Burlington High School, and this is a brand new complex starting with the football and track and a very, very nice grandstand that was assembled in 1993, but the whole facility went turf from fence to fence, from border to border here just 4 years ago. Southeast of Saline comes in, and they are the 3 seed in this regional in Class 3A. Chance Potocik squad 20-3 coming into this one in his second season as head baseball coach at Southeast of Saline. He has 6 starters back from a squad that went 14-7 last season. Remember, on a day kind of like today, but not really. It was very, very windy at Silver Lake last year, but it was about 50 degrees warmer at Silver Lake. Kevin, when you remember that game where Southeast of Saline lost in regional play to Silver Lake, but a different story here. And we will step away. We'll look more at the opponent that Southeast of Saline will play today. It is the Chaparral Roadrunners when we come back here on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush and a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush, the freakishly fast rock.
I'll follow the funk.
Lily
It's
Pad
not a
Septic,
dead animal,
this
sir.
is Callie,
It's your septic
where we can
tank
get you
venting
a flush and a
gases.
rush.
Oof, she's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush and a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Welcome back here to Burlington. Just about ready to go here. First pitch is Southeast of Saline, our home team today. The number 3 seed comes in. They will take the field first, and they will start out with Tyson Keller behind the dish. He'll be catching for Tiernan Potocik, and these two all season long have been really, really good. This is the Southeast of Saline team that is on a roll. They defeated Hillsboro in a run rule 15-0 in the first round. They've won 10 in a row and 18 of their last 19 after starting 2-2 on the season. And Kevin Lilly, when we look at the Southeast of Saline team, this is a younger squad, right? They don't have a lot of senior leadership, but boy, they are some baseball players, and they have gelled throughout the season. They have found success, and they come in on a roll.
Well, there was a lot of questions early on in the season, starting that Kingman tournament and trying to figure out where these young guys fit into the squad and trying to just put all the pieces together, and hat out to Chance and his coaching staff for, massaging that throughout the year. But you're absolutely right. There's a very bright future for Southeast baseball with all these youngsters and getting quality time at the varsity level, and them trying to figure out the varsity baseball too. There's a difference between summer ball and jumping to that varsity ball, and they have to figure out where they fit in as well and accept their roles and what they're being asked of.
It's a Chaparral team that maybe not familiar in baseball, but these kids are getting familiar with each other. They've played football in the playoffs the last couple of seasons. Of course, Chaparral was host to Southeast of Saline in sub-state basketball this year. The Roadrunners got the victory there, and this is a squad that comes in under Tyler Klubine in his 6th year. They're also on a hot streak. They have won 10 in a row, so Chaparral will come in standing to the dish to start this one off. Against Tiernan Petoskey will be Carter Hostetler, one of the good bats on this team in the leadoff spot here for the Roadrunners. First pitch is in the dirt in front of home plate, and Keller there to stop it. He is the reliable backstop for Southeast of Saline. As we go around the horn, it's Heller at first, Tanner at second, Bertrand at shortstop, Clover at third. That's your infield for Southeast of Saline. Looking out the right field, it's Nooch. Gephardt is in center, and Rupert is in left field. Petoskey again on the mound. He started out now with 2 balls, and the batter ahead in the count. Hostetler up 2-0. Here comes that pitch again. In front of the dish, Keller there to stop it. And it's a 3-0 count starting off here to Carter Hostetler.
And that's the key with these conditions being a little bit damp and stuff like that. This could play a big part in the game, free passes.
4 straight balls, and in 4 pitches, Carter Hostetler will walk. He didn't even have a chance to look at a hittable pitch there. He comes in batting .417, one of the leaders on this team for the Roadrunners, so he will go down to first after taking the walk.
And with the temperatures and all that, it's going to be who adjusts to that first. We seen Mitch walking in. You're like, are we calling a playoff game for football, or is this actually baseball?
Ty Hadsell will step in now. Hadsell comes in. He's the center fielder for the Roadrunners. Ty Hadsell on the season. He's a senior, batting .358. 4 doubles on the season with his speed on 29 hits. Has a runner on first here as we start this one from Burlington High School. It's Burlington and Haven set up for the next game of the day. The winner of this game will get the winner of that game. And the first pitch into Hadsell is a strike from Petoskey. He jumps ahead in the count, 0-1.
And, with Tiernan being that lefty, you got to watch out for that pickoff move so he doesn't get that big advanced lead at first.
Good look over to first. No motion over there. Tiernan Petoskey comes to the plate again, low and away. Another ball there. It's his 5th ball on 6 pitches. 1-1 now our count. Pitch grabs the outside corner of the plate. Nice breaking ball there from Petoskey. As he jumps back ahead now, 1-2 the count. Heller over first, holding the runner on. A leadoff walk by Carter Hostetler for the Roadrunners. Here's the first contact of the game, and it's fouled off to the audience on the first base line. That's the Southeast of Saline audience that made the trip here to Burlington. And the count remains 1-2.
Yeah, and I just think early on, Tierney just got to find his groove, and him and Keller just get on the same page here.
Petoskey a long stare in. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. It's high, and he got him with a strike. Now Keller fires down to first. Runner back in time, but the strikeout will be issued there as Ty Hadsell goes down swinging for the Roadrunners. That'll bring up Brady Lana, today's pitcher for the Roadrunners, a tall guy who steps in there in the batting box right now. He's a senior. Brady Lotta comes in batting .520 in his senior season. He has a runner on first to deal with. 1 out here for the Roadrunners. First pitch comes in to Lotta. He's going to foul it down the first base line. Nearly a barehanded stab there by the first base coach. He'll fire it back in, and Tiernan Petoskey jumps ahead in this count, 0-1.
And you can tell early on a lot of the swings that Chaparral has had, they've been behind everything. I guess, picking up his velocity out of his hand is kind of fooling him early on.
0-1 pitch, 1 out, runner on first. Here's Potacik back to the plate. That one's going to be called a ball, and that'll even the count 1-1. The wind is blowing. It's 55 degrees. The forecast said it feels like 50 with the wind that's blowing about 15 miles an hour. It's blowing in here across this field in Burlington, a north wind. Here's contact again over to the right-hand side, first base line, and that's going to put Potacik ahead in the count 1-2 now with one out and a runner on first.
Well, and that's the thing, Devin, with the wind blowing in like that could cause you some trouble throughout the game with, balls getting up in the air and moving around and, never stop, continue to play.
1-2 count. Potacik will bring it to the plate. Keller on the low, pitch and a swing, and once again, that's the second strikeout of the first inning for Tiernan Potacik after putting the leadoff runner on 4 straight pitches. Potacik is rebounded now for 2 strikeouts, and now he's going to look at Daxton Hostetler, the catcher for the Roadrunners.
And that was just a nasty breaking ball by Tiernan down and in, and he gets him to chase it.
Again, Roadrunners chasing Potacik's pitches here. They're behind, fouling everything down the first base line. That'll start Potacik up again on the batter ahead, 0-1. 2 outs, runner on first. Here's another pitch down the right-hand side, out of play. Right now, it just looks like Chaparral is just a tick behind the velocity being thrown by Tiernan Potacik. Jumps ahead in the count with 2 foul balls, 0-2. Here comes that pitch. High, try to get him to chase with the high speed. Daxton Hostetler lays off that one, though. He'll look now at a 1-2 pitch. Daxton comes into this game batting .405 in his senior season. This is a Roadrunner team that is loaded with seniors. Here's a hard hit ball out to center field. Grady Gebhardt backing up a couple of steps, and he will put that one away as Daxton Hostetler flies out. And we will go to the Southeast of Saline portion of the first. It is 0-1. Southeast of Saline's chance at bat coming up in the first when we come back here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Southeast of Saline Baseball brought to you by Legacy Roofing.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Brody Lotta on the mound for the Chaparral Roadrunners as he gets ready to deal here to Southeast of Saline's lineup. Lotta on the season, 29 innings pitched. He is 5-0 on the season with a 1.193 ERA. He's only had 15 walks, 44 strikeouts, and he will face a Southeast of Saline lineup that I think it's fair to say, Kevin, their best feature is their speed, right? Once they get on base, they put a lot of pressure on the defense.
Yeah, and what it does, it just forces them to, one, force the opponent to make plays, but it also puts them in bad situations with them bunting and the multitude of things they can do.
Lotta's first pitch will come in. Tyson Keller, the leadoff man for the Trojans. Catching and batting in the top spot here for Southeast of Saline. Watches the first pitch go by, and it is a strike. 0-1 the count. Lotta is a quick worker, and here is Keller. He'll ground it out, and it will be an error on the Roadrunners. Keller hit a medium velocity shot that went out to second base, and it was mishandled out there by the second baseman, Logan Asper, for the Roadrunners, and Tyson Keller reaches.
And right there's kind of what we talked about with the elements and just the playoff baseball and who's going to, adjust and make those changes.
So that'll bring up Tiernan Potacik as he comes to the plate. Tiernan with a leadoff runner on, just as the Roadrunners had in their portion of the first inning. Tiernan batting .377 at the plate in his junior season. Might see him on the mound and think he's a lefty, and he is, but he bats right-handed. First pitch, I should say, is a strike, as Lotta jumps ahead 0-1. Second pitch, high and inside, and the count evens at 1 apiece.
Looks like a lot of fastballs for Lotta early. Doesn't look like he's thrown anything other than the fastballs, the 4 pitches he's thrown.
So move over to first. Keller back safely on his belly. Potacek with Keller on. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tiernan with a hard swing. Might have got a little piece of it as it still landed in the catcher's glove, and it's a 1-2 count. Chaparral team, we talked about southeast of Saline being in a hot streak, winning 10 in a row, 18 of their last 19. Well, the Roadrunners have also won 10 in a row. They had a 12-11 season last year, and this is, as I said, a senior-laden team. Seniors all up and down the roster. Here's a pitch that's a strike, and Potacek's going to go down looking. I don't know if he really was aware of what the count was that time, as he kind of backed out, maybe coming in for another pitch, but he goes down looking there on the 3rd strike.
Yeah, and I think it kind of confused him because the ump really didn't ring him up. He just called a strike.
So out here for southeast of Saline. They still have Keller on first. Next up at the plate, Kason Bertrand. Southeast of Saline shortstop, and we're going to have a stoppage in play here. Keller was going to first, and before the pitch came in, the umpire is going to stop the procedures here, send Keller back to the first base bag. So we'll start that again. Move over to first. Keller back. How much projecting ahead, Kevin, do you have to do if you're the coaches and you're managing pitch counts, you're managing arms, potentially playing back-to-back today?
Yeah, I mean, it is a big portion. It's a big problem for a lot of coaches because if your staff isn't that deep, but you know, this is the game that you kind of pitch your best because there's no reason if you don't win this game, you don't go to the next one.
You have to win.
I mean, you leave your ace there, so. But you can massage it a little bit with your pitch count. If you do get that lead and you feel comfortable with your defense and the way the game's going, that you might be able to make a sub, and he might be available for the next game as well.
Bertrand, the Trojan sophomore, fouls his first pitch that he got to see off to the right-hand side. 0-1 now the count with an out. Runner on first. Here's a pitch on the outside corner. That's a beautiful pitch by Lotta, and he will go ahead and the count now 0-2. Kason Bertrand on the year, his sophomore season, .437 at the plate.
Yeah, he's done a lot of really, really good things, and I mean, he's a really good fastball hitter.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, low, outside, and a ball. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Bertrand got into it, but fouls it off down the first base line. And Keller's going to have to go back.
And you can see there early on, Chance is being real aggressive, a little bit of hit and run there.
Yeah.
Try to make something happen here to where you can maybe extend Keller, to that third base side.
Count remains 1-2. Bertrand steps back in here against the senior Lotta. See if Keller takes off again. He does not. This is going to be a sharply hit ball. And this one might land in the gap. Second baseman goes diving in once again, does Aspen, and he is going to stop the ball, but it'll be Bertrand on first, and now southeast of Saline here in the bottom of the first inning with 2 runners on and 1 out. And stepping to the plate for southeast of Saline is left fielder Noah Rupert.
And that's one of those things, Devin, that, the second baseman is potentially covering with that with Bertrand up to bat. You get something to the left side, the shortstop's got to take that. So the second baseman was cheating over to maybe take a throw, and he had to cover a lot of ground and end up getting there, but couldn't make a throw.
So runners on first and second. Noah Rupert up to bat as he steps in. 1 out for southeast of Saline. He'll make contact on the first pitch. This is back to the second baseman again, and that will advance the runners on the fielder's choice. It will put the runners now on second and third as Keller lands on third, Bertrand on a second, and an out there, 2 outs now on the sacrifice for Noah Rupert.
And this is a big situation here. Like, we talk about postseason and big moments. Like, this is a big moment for Southeast. You know, a 2-out RBI opportunity for Grady at the plate here.
Senior Grady Gebhardt steps to the dish. Runners in scoring position here, 2 outs and a freeze in time. Once again called here by the umpire. Gebhardt will step out of the box. It's got the hood on. It is a little brisk.
Yeah.
Two-out scoring opportunity here for Gebhardt at the plate. Takes a wicked hack at that and falls it back to the fence down the first base line. One thing to note, and I know Tyler Henry talks about this at Southeast of Saline's home field a lot, there's a ton of space behind home plate. If there is a pass ball, something that gets by the catcher, there's a lot of territory back here.
Yeah, and you kind of wonder if it's just the way that the complex was built originally. They just kind of left that portion of it alone, but you're right, there's a lot of real estate to cover.
Second pitch by Lotta is a ball. That'll put the count at 1-1. Here comes that pitch inside. Gebhardt shakes the wrist back, watches that one go by for a ball. 2-1 now the count.
Now, if you're Grady in the situation, I think you're looking fastball and just to try to drive a gap. Nothing special, just get it through a gap.
2-1 pitch. Low and outside. Good eye there by Gebhardt, who jumps ahead in the count, 3-1. Runners on third and second. 2 outs. Lotta, 3-1 pitch. Gebhardt thought it was inside. You could tell by the way he kind of turned his shoulders. He thought that one was in the inside of play, but that'll make the count full. 3-2 the count, 2 outs, runners on. Second and third here for the Trojans. Gebhardt's going to flight that one off on a foul. He'll stay alive here.
And with his speed, I mean, that's the thing. If he hits a dribble or something like that, I mean, he's got speed. He'll beat it out.
And that's the pressure of it, right?
Yeah.
You can't mishandle anything with him
because
screaming down the line.
It's a wild throw. It's something like that. You put so much pressure on the defense, you know, they come up firing a little bit quicker than they need to.
Comes the 3-2 pitch once again, and that's going to hit Gebhardt, and he will take the base. Gebhardt took that one off the upper body there, got his head down, might have taken it off the shoulder, but he goes to first base with a smile on his face. Now the bases are loaded.
I've never understood this, and this is what I tell my players in the summer. If it's a walk, why get hit?
Yeah.
Why take the abuse?
Yeah. Caden Peterson now steps to the plate, freshman, designated hitter for Southeast of Saline, .317 on the season. His batting average. Watches the first one go by high and outside. And if anything for Southeast of Saline here, Kevin, just kind of looking at the glass half full, if they don't produce any scores, they're at least getting the pitch count up, right?
Yep,
I mean, that's something you always have to be aware of. Here's Peterson swinging through the second pitch. That'll even the count at 1-1.
And just like you said on the stats for the pitcher for Chaparral, you know, this is the best they probably have. I mean, he's been very, very dominant this year, so to get him like this early is kind of a blessing for us in the sense that run his pitch count up.
Straight back to the fence. Brian Dennett didn't even blink.
I've got this pole, so I didn't actually see it until it hit the fence.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. High again. Watching that one come in. Peterson jumps up back even in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs here for Southeast of Saline. Lotta back to the plate again. Peterson fights off a low pitch, and he will keep the count at 2-2.
Think about this. Freshman up. Playoff baseball game, bases loaded, 2 outs, right? Just a perfect time for a base hit for him, and just another one of those young guys contributing and building more and more confidence as the season goes on.
2-2 pitch with 2 outs. Low and away. Good eye there by Peterson. If Peterson should be able to keep this line moving, right fielder Leighton Noosh is on the on-deck circle, ready to go next.
And the thing is, runners are moving now. Right off the pitch, runners are moving, so it could score 2 very easily.
Full count. Peterson makes contact, pops it straight up and out of play. as he continues to fight. Boy, what a situation here in the first for southeast of Saline and Chaparral. 3-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded, full of Trojans. Here comes the full house pitch. Peterson makes contact, goes to second. It's going to be a race down the first base line. Lotta over there to cover, and they get Peterson as he went down the first base line and got thrown out by a half a step. Southeast of Saline leaves 3 stranded in the bottom of the first. We go to the second inning. We'll see Chaparral up to bat again as Southeast of Saline baseball here from the regional playoffs is brought to you by Lily Pad Septic Service.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
Salina Surgical Hospital is a high-quality surgical facility with a comfortable and home-like atmosphere. Together with our community's greatest doctors, we are committed to a patient care model where exceptional satisfaction is the norm and every patient feels like they are treated with respect, dignity, and compassion. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local community-involved physicians. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure with us. Salina Surgical Hospital. Your voice, your choice.
If you need help with roofing or gutters, a lot of us do right now. Some of the storms that went through and still going through, it's been an active, severe weather, a couple of weeks, actually almost a month now. In the middle of Kansas, call our friends at Legacy Roofing. Family-owned company, and they are prompt to help. At least kind of see where you're at, see what you need, make sure there's no critical damage being done to your home, shop, garage, whatever it may be. If it has a roof on it, call Legacy Roofing in Salina. First pitch by Tiernan Potocnik as we start the second inning in the dirt as he starts out his first pitch with a ball.
And that's probably the other thing that we have to kind of look ahead at this game is, you know, long innings like that could potentially be an issue for pitchers as well.
Cale Greavy grounds it over to third base. Casting Clover with a throw, but it's going to be missed there in the dirt by Zach Heller. The runner will stay here for Chaparral. Again, second inning, second time they've had the leadoff runner on. How would you score that one, Kevin? I'm curious on that because that was a tough play. Not to put any pressure on you, just for conversation's sake.
For conversation's sake, I think there's an error in the first base.
Okay.
Because he did have it, and we scooped through it, he lost it.
That was in his glove, and when he went to bring his glove up, the ball just kind of fell out.
Yep.
Kind of a strange play there, but for Chaparral, that'll bring up Trace Hadsel at third baseman. Hadsel stepping in there with a runner on, takes a mean hack. And again, this Roadrunner team just a tick behind on Potocnik's pitches. Hadsel, one of the half a dozen seniors on this team. He bats .358 on the season. Pitch outside. Count goes to 1-2 after Potocnik jumped ahead 0-2 in the count.
And that's one of those plays that you kind of got to shake off and kind of move forward and just kind of understand it's early in the game. The count, you know, the score's still 0-0. Let's just roll it up the middle here and get you 2.
1-2 pitch. Hadsel fouls it straight back. Goes all the way over to the track behind us. Count 1-2. Outside, got him swinging on a half-hearted swing, but the ball gets by Keller, and the runners are going to reach. And the Roadrunners here on 2 critical defensive errors for southeast of Saline had runners on first and second with nobody out, and now they're going to call Hadsel out at first.
Contact?
Maybe he did not make. I don't know. Not sure what happened.
He's got to go back to first, though.
Yep.
Yep. Runner's got to return. Right?
I think maybe he shifted umpires over. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Okay. I mean, it was drop third strike.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Because that contact, it's a dead ball.
Yep.
Contact is dead ball there, so the runner would have to come back. So I'm not sure what the call is there.
First pitch here to Michael Kirkpatrick, fouled back. Patacic jumps ahead, 0-1 in the count. So Greavy is on second with an out.
That's playable.
Keller's going to rip the mask off. He comes straight back, and he's going to make the out. Boy, in this sky, the way it looks today, that is a heck of a play by Tyson Keller, staring up into a sky that has the exact same color as the baseball you're chasing, and that is one heck of a play by Keller, the catcher.
And the ball is going away from him, right? So he's continuing to have to travel, and the ball's just continuing to get pushed and pushed further and further away. I mean, that's a heck of a play by him.
So Kirkpatrick pops up. Second out of the inning. That'll bring up right fielder Jay Cushenberry for the Roadrunners. First pitch high. That'll be a ball. Cale Greavy on second, dancing around. At this point in the game, both pitchers even on pitch count. Here's the 28th pitch thrown by Patacic. Got him swinging, 1-1 now the count. Trying to get out of the inning before letting the leadoff runner on once again. Here in the second. 1-1 pitch outside. Keller stands up to take it in.
And I think for me, the thing that's been so impressive with this Southeast team all season is the flexibility that they have. I mean, they've got multiple guys that can play multiple positions, and they have all season.
Here's the 2-1 pitch from Tiernan. Got him swinging. That evens the count at 2-2. He has had some movement on those pitches that the Roadrunners are just kind of chasing right now.
Well, I don't think they're picking it up out of his hand like this overcast the way it is. And
yeah.
I just think they're struggling picking it up out of his hand.
Here's another one, another strikeout as Patacic sets him down to get out of the inning. So for the second straight inning, Chaparral leads a runner on second as they have two stranded runners. Here in this game, we go to the bottom of the second. We're still scoreless. Southeast of Saline back at the dish. When we come back, Southeast of Saline baseball here from Regionals, brought to you by Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Leighton Noosh back to the plate here for the first time for Southeast of Saline. As we start at the bottom of the second, still scoreless here in this game. Devin Haney, Kevin Lilly back here at Burlington High School. Both teams have had their opportunities to score here early on in this regional contest as Brody Lotta comes in high and tight to Noosh. Noosh ducks out of the way as he takes first pitch ball. Second pitch in there for a strike as the count evens up at 1-1. Back-to-back strikes now by Brody Lotta.
And Lotta likes to work fast. He
does.
He gets the ball back and he gets right on the mound and ready to go.
And got him after throwing a ball on the first pitch, 3 straight strikes. And down is Leighton Noosh. So that'll bring up second baseman Jackson Tanner for Southeast of Saline, the sophomore, batting .286. First pitch into Jackson Tanner.
And I know one of the things that I like to do and teach players is like when you feel like, you know, a pitcher is trying to stay in rhythm, that's when that time comes into play, and try to get him out of that rhythm of just getting in and getting the ball back and throwing it back. You know, it really messes up his rhythm as well.
This one on the outside corner. Catches the plate. That'll leave the count at 1-1. Another strike in there. Boy, Brody Lotta right now has settled into a little bit of a groove here in the second inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brody Lotta. It's his third strikeout of the game so far. And Casson Clover, the third baseman for Southeast of Saline, comes to the dish. 2 outs. Base is empty right now for Southeast of Saline. And another strike. A lot of work, looking to make quick work of Southeast of Saline here in the bottom of the second. Pitch outside, evens the count at 1-1. Here's a big swing, and that's a strike by Clover. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Lotta's 1-2 pitch. Up high and inside, that'll even the count at 2-2. And Clover, lucky to get out of the way of that one.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get that call, though. He looked back at the ump like, maybe it hit me, maybe it didn't.
2-2 count, fouled straight back. Cass and Clover continues to fight in there.
I think at this time of year you'll get on however you can get on.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter, just need base runners and get them moving.
Keller represents the top of the order in the on-deck circle. If Clover should get on and he does not, he goes down looking. So that'll end the second inning there. 3 straight strikeouts for Chaparral as they're able to go through. Brody Lotta set them all down. We'll go to the top of the first. When we come back, it's Southeast of Saline Baseball, and it's brought to you by Everhart Precision Ag.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there, Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Back here at Southeast of Saline Regional Baseball against Chaparral. First of 3 games today. After this game between Chaparral and Southeast of Saline, the winner of this game will watch Burlington and Haven go at it. Battle of the Wildcats in the second game. Then the winners of both the games will square off for a regional championship and a chance to go to the 3A State Baseball Tournament. Austin Hazel will step in. He's the left fielder for the Roadrunners. He'll lead things off here in Chaparral's portion of the top of the 3rd inning. And first pitch by Tiernan Potocik. Hazel notches a strike swinging.
And for right now, that's in Lawrence. Is that correct?
For right now, it is supposed to be at Hoagland Ballpark in Lawrence on the campus of KU. But if KU, who won their first Big 12 championship since 1949, host a super regional, baseball will be moved in Class 3A to Kansas State. 3 pitches and a strikeout as Hazel looks at 3rd strike, goes right by him. It's the 5th strikeout so far. Back to the top of the inning we go for Chaparral. Carter Hostetler reached on a walk on 4 straight pitches to begin this game for the Roadrunners. First pitch ball in there by Potocik. Hostetler made it to first but could not advance any further than that in the first inning. Here's contact, fouled off over the right side fence, and Potocik evens the count at 1-1.
The kids getting the foul balls are going to earn it today because that just rolled all the way across the football field on the turf.
Yep, there's fences to jump and obstacles to go up and over and through and around. Low 1-1 pitch by Potocik, 2-1 now the count. We are scoreless here in this Class 3A regional semifinal. Here's a ball. Grounded over to third. Nice scoop there and a fire over to first, and an out for Southeast of Saline. It's Clover to Heller on the put away there, as they're able to fix the error that they had earlier in this game in the second inning, letting a runner on. They get the out there, and now the bases remain empty as Hostetler grounds out, and there's 2 outs.
And those are those routine plays that you've got to make if you're going to move forward, and just right there, just kind of textbook across the diamond.
Ty Hadsel on for the Roadrunners. He's going to have a high ball hit out to right field, but no problem there for Leighton Noosh as he comes in. And this game has picked up in tempo as Burlington Field here is hosting Chaparral and Southeast of Saline. They're both working quick. To the bottom of the third we go, still scoreless. Southeast of Saline has the top of the order. Coming up when we come back, Southeast Baseball here on Salina Post Sports Network.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Back here at Burlington High School, we are in Coffee County. Multiple ways to get here from wherever you're coming. You ran into a little bit of an unfortunate highway situation, Kevin, but I came down Highway 75.
Yeah, there was a little accident on the highway, and I had to take off on Council Grove, where I'd probably still be sitting there.
Yeah.
So I went down through Council Grove and zigzagged from there.
Glad you made it. Tyson Keller steps in as Southeast of Saline begins the bottom of the third here in a scoreless game. So far it's been some pitchers showing off on each side. Tiernan Potacek doing a great job so far as usual for Southeast of Saline, and Brody Lotta doing his part for Chaparral. Had a really excellent bottom of the second where he struck out 3 straight Southeast Trojans. Here's a hard hit ball by Keller. He gives it a ride to center field, and backpedaling there is Ty Hadsel, and he will put it away on the flyout as Keller is the first out of the inning.
And you could tell, you know, they're playing so shallow out there. It looked like it might get over the center fielder's head, but the wind is just is going to knock everything down.
So Potacek back to the plate. First time he was up, he struck out looking. Had a runner on. First pitch to Tiernan Potacek is low and outside. This one gets away from Lottes. He fires it in. No harm, though. Nobody on for Southeast of Saline. Count jumps to 2-0.
And you start to, you know, as the game goes on a little bit further and further, you start kind of developing a little bit of tendencies, and assistant coaches are watching, you know, kind of what's being thrown, and you know, they're picking that one fastball and trying to guess when, you know, when they're going to start throwing that, and then they kind of get into a routine, and it looks like they're starting to pick that up a little bit.
3-0 pitch to Potacek. He watches it go by. Why not? It's going to come in for a strike. Count moves down to 3-1. 1 out, nobody on here for Southeast of Saline. Potacek takes a wicked rip at that, and that will be a strike that will move the count full. Case and Bertrand waiting on the on-deck circle. Here's the 3-0 pitch, or excuse me, 3-2 pitch that comes in high, and Tiernan Potacek's going to take a walk. So Potacek to first. On the base on balls, Case and Bertrand comes up here for Southeast of Saline. Bertrand, his first time up, hit a single, was stranded. One of 3 Southeast players left on the pond in the first inning.
And this is the part of the lineup that they'll do some different stuff, whether it's hit and run, try to get Tiernan to second. There's a multitude of things they'll do at this portion of the lineup too.
Lotta very aware when Southeast of Saline was putting runners on in the first. One thing he did effectively was keep those runners at bay at first. He throws over to Potacek, makes him get back. Now turns his attention Back to the plate where Bertrand is waiting. Long stare. Here's the pitch outside. Maybe a pitch out here as the catcher throws down. Daxton Hostetler looking to get Potacek off at first, but Tiernan is back once again.
And one of the things this does by getting a runner on, it throws off the timing of the pitcher for Chaparral, right? He seemed to be a timing guy, and you could see right away with somebody on, it takes the attention. He's got more attention going at Tiernan than he does the batter.
Here's a 1-0 pitch, fouled straight back by Bertrand. That'll even the count at 1-1. And that's the thing about baseball. You look at that, and it can work both ways like that, right? Like if you're watching in a Major League Baseball game and somebody throws over to first where Salvador Perez is on base, they're throwing off the timing of the hitter.
Yes.
Because they are not trying to pick off Salvi, and Salvi ain't going anywhere. Yeah, it's just one of those little nuances. Everybody messing with each other's timing that you always have to watch. Here's a pitch way inside, and Bertrand ducks out of the way there. 2-1 now, the count.
Well, and you can see, with the couple of times that Southeast has had runners on, it has affected Chaparral's pitcher, right? So he hasn't been near as sharp, and that timing is it's way off.
Here's a ball that's in the dirt. Potacek's going to take off there. He's sliding in safely to second. There's no throw. So that pitch not only moves the count to 3-1, but moves the runner to second base as Tiernan Potacek takes off and takes second. So Bertrand here in business with a 3-1 count and a runner now in scoring position in the very speedy Tiernan Potacek. Bottom of the third, we are scoreless. Time given to the batter here as Bertrand steps out. Noah Rupert standing on the on-deck circle. We should see another batter this inning. It'll be Grady Gebhardt in the hole. 3-1 count. Lotta makes the motion, comes over now, throws back to second. And Potacek back in. Once again, belt in the dirt. So not only 53 pitches for Brody Lotta, but he's probably thrown to a base for a runner probably half a dozen times.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he, once again, makes a motion but doesn't throw, keeps it in his right hand, and now returns back to the rubber.
And if you're Bertrand here, you got to understand that the shortstop is holding, right? So if you're going to pick a gap, that's the gap you want to go to right now.
Yeah, big hole between short and third right now for Bertrand. Here's a 3-1 pitch. He goes the other way with it, though, goes to the outfield, and that one is going to drop foul. Boy, just about probably, a foot and a half outside the right field line. That would have been a big hit for southeast of Saline, but Bertrand will come back now and try to work it out with a full count.
And that's all wind, right? That's all wind right there. I mean, that's a shot down the right field line. And, if the wind's not blowing, he's probably got a triple on that.
Wind seemingly has calmed a little bit since when we first started this game, but it's still 10 to 15, easy. 3-2 count with one out, runner on second. Brody Lotta checks the runner again, staring over his right shoulder. He'll come to the plate, and another pass ball. That one gets away on a wild pitch. Potacek now will go to third, and that will put Bertrand on. And another wild pitch here for Chaparral.
Well, and the thing is just watching that play unfold there, the shortstop for Chaparral, he never moved. He's staying at the base in that situation, and so that's odd to me that you wouldn't try to get back and play your position, but that was 2 pitches in a row that he sat there. It was almost like they were setting something up.
So Potacek on third, Bertrand on first. Now to the plate, we have Noel Rupert, the left fielder, who had a sacrifice little pop out. Actually, it was a ground out. It was a fielder's choice to the second baseman in the first inning. And to go through the memory files there. Haven't seen a lot of balls in the air today. First pitch in there to Noah Rupert. Called strike. Rupert turns his attention down the left field line, gets the signals there from head coach Chance Potacek. Been a big week for Chance. He was named the head football coach for Southeast of Saline, the successor to Mitch Gebhardt, coming up for the next school year. There's a pitch that was called a strike. Rupert watched it go by, but Bertrand's going to go ahead and take second on the steal.
And to me, there's a little plate discipline there. He's stealing, let it go by. Now you're down in a hole. Just put something in play here.
Second and third, one out.
right? And Chaparral's brought the corners in, right? They're going to try to protect that. If it's something hard hit to the corners, they're going to come home and try to get that if Tiernan tries to advance home.
0-2 count here for Rupert, as he tries to get something productive here at the plate with one out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High, little check swing. They're asking the field umpires. I don't think it was close. It was about the neck, as we're standing behind home plate here at Burlington's beautiful athletic facility. 1-2 now the count.
It looked like they brought the whole infield in. And so
Yeah.
now the whole infield's in.
Yeah, they're all standing at the edge of the dirt, yeah. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a strikeout as Rupert swung through it. Brody Lotta made things a little bit easier for him there on another strikeout. His 5th of the game. So 2 outs now. Grady Gebhardt comes up. Gebhardt was hit by a pitch. They're just going to put him on. We're not even going to go through the ceremonial hitting of the batter this time. They're just going to put him on because first base was open.
Yep.
And you look, I want to address that too, because you look at Gebhardt's numbers this year and you're like, oh, for Grady Gebhardt standards, they're a little down. Well, things like that have happened a lot to him this year.
Yeah, but I also think in this situation, you get to move everybody back, and every base is at play at this point.
Great defensive move. I agree.
I think that teams don't do that enough. I think they, kind of not an ego thing, but like, we're going to go get this guy. Just put him on and have bases loaded, have everybody back up, and everything's into play now.
Yeah, because Gebhardt lays a bunt down the first base line. It's a race between him and whoever.
Yep.
And if you don't get him, you gave up a run.
Yep.
First 2 pitches for Lotta in there to Caden Peterson are both balls. And Caden Peterson, the freshman here for Southeast Saline, he's had an adventurous day, right?
Yeah.
He's been up there twice now with bases loaded.
Absolutely.
First time he grounded out to end the inning in the first. See what Caden can do here. Head in the count, 2-0. Watches one go by on the outside, missing the plate. 3-0 now the count.
And if I'm Peterson here, I'm getting into the box, and then I'm going to call timeout, and I'm going to back right out of the box again. To me, I just want to throw off his rhythm even more.
Little gamesmanship.
Yeah.
See what Peterson does here. 3-0 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Outside, and he walked him, lost him. And that will be the first run of the game on a walk. Caden Peterson with a good eye on 4 pitches. So he will go to first. Potachik will come in. He will score. Bertrand will advance to third. And Gebhardt will go to second.
And in this situation, we've talked about it, Devin, is that pitch count. His pitch count is climbing now. We're in the bottom of the third. We're not even out. It's at 63.
Leighton Nooch at the plate now with bases loaded. He'll watch one come in on the outside corner of the plate. Little high. It's called for a strike. Nooch on his first time up was the first of 3 strikeout victims in the bottom of the second for Brody Lotta, as Lotta went right through him.
Yep.
What, he threw 11 pitches in that inning?
Yeah. It was quick.
He's ahead in the count here, 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Nooch, watch one, gets his first ball outside there.
And if you're Nooch in this situation, you just got to take a deep breath, right? Take a deep breath and just find a gap. I mean, you've got to be simple.
1-2 pitch. Nooch will swing at a high cheese, and he'll go down swinging. But Southeast of Saline gets their first run of the game. It's the Trojans leading it 1-0 as we go to the top of the 4th. Southeast of Saline baseball is brought to you by Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms.
This has been a presentation of Eagle.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Back here at Burlington High School, the side of this regional semifinal and final today. Boy, and what a busy, busy day. Keisha put everything out there on the table for everybody to get through today, and it's a busy, busy Tuesday as we will have some action. Of course, Southeast of Saline softball, they're playing Tyler Smith and his ladies tonight. It's a 5 o'clock game as they will host Harrington at home. Then, should they win that, they will advance on and play on Thursday, coming up for their chance to have a 2-game day and advance to state. So good luck to the Lady Trojans and Tyler Smith as they try to continue what has really been an awesome season on the Diamonds, both ways, baseball and softball for Southeast.
Yep, and it's been exciting because, I mean, there's just a lot of buzz. You go out to the complex when they're, both at home, and I mean, it's just a packed house on both sides, and it's been a lot of fun.
First pitch by Tiernan Potocnik to start the top of the fourth is fouled off. Jumps ahead on the count, 0-1. Here's that 0-1 pitch. It's low and inside. Keller's going to stop it there, though, and it evens the count at 1-1. Brody Lotta up to bat. Struck out when he came up in the first inning. So far, Potocnik has thrown just 41 pitches. Here's number 42. Keller's going to have that one bounce in front of him, and it squirts out to the right-hand side. He'll retrieve it, send it back to the mound where Potocnik has a 2-1 count.
Looks like, I mean, it feels like to me it's starting to mist again. And
don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what it feels like to me.
Well, you have gloves on. How do you know?
I do. I even have a heated jacket, and I haven't turned it on yet. So.
Oh, boy. Here's a ball inside again across the shoelaces of Brody Lotta. And he steps out, takes a couple of practice swings, leading the count 3-1 as these two pitchers go at it here. Potocnik stares over the top of his glove. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Going to be grounded back to Potocnik, but it's going to be handled here by second. Going to throw over to first, and a nice play there. Jackson Tanner able to come in and handle what was a really weird hop off this artificial turf, and Tanner able to get his glove on it and get it over to Heller for the out.
It just wasn't hit very hard, and it's like after that first bounce, it just died, and it just dribbled. And so, I mean, everything was on the run for Tanner, and it was a nice play.
Boy, those are the plays that make it, though, this time of year, right? I mean, you let that ball get by you, you mishandle it, you get a leadoff runner on, and then it's an adventure in the inning. But now you have an out. Daxton Hostetler on here for the Roadrunners. He flew out to center field on a sharply hit ball, his first time up in the first inning. Couple of pitches here thrown by Potocnik, and it's a 2-0 count. Trojan Baseball brought to you by Scientific Engineering Incorporated. Our friend Kevin Peterson, a machine shop in Salina for production of machine needs, small parts, big parts, anything in between. Production parts by Scientific Engineering. I want to thank them for hopping on board and helping us bring you Southeast of Saline baseball here from Burlington today. 2-1 pitch by Potocnik. It's called strike as Daxton Hostetler looks at that one, evens the count at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch.
Nice.
Launches it down low. It's a good pitch by Potocnik. It's going to run the count full now, 3-2.
And you can see, I mean, timing-wise for Potocnik, too, he's not wasting a lot of time. He's going right back after him.
Here's contact by Daxton Hostetler. He's going to find foul territory, and he will continue to fight in there against Potocnik. Count remains full with one out. Nobody on here for Chaparral in the top of the fourth. Haven and Burlington, both in the house, waiting on their turn to play next. And Potocnik is going to lose Daxton Hostetler here as he walks him with one out. Cale Greavy up. He reached on an error. Remember, he hit that hard hit ball down the third base line. And Southeast mishandled it on the play over to first base. Jaden Harper comes on for a courtesy run here for Chaparral with one out. So Harper will be on first. Potocnik looking over there. He'll come to the plate to Greavy. Here's a ground ball, and they're going to go to second. They'll get Harper trying for two, and they got him. Double play, and the out there. What a play on the infield for Southeast of Saline as they're able to get both runners and get out of the top of the fourth inning. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Southeast of Saline baseball coming back, and it's brought to you by Legacy Roofing in Salina.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Southeast of Saline baseball today here from the Regional State Tournament, brought to you by Kansas Bankers Technologies and Technical Consulting. They're helping us get connected to you so you can watch and listen to Southeast of Saline sports all over the state of Kansas and now pretty much the world, Kevin. We can go anywhere. Go anywhere we want.
Yep.
Thanks to Kansas Bankers Technologies and Technical Consulting. Take us through that defensive play there to end the top of the fourth by Southeast.
Well, it's just a light hit ball to Casson, at third, and Casson just, he goes to second base, which was the right call, and Jackson Tanner just comes across the base and throws it to first base, bang, bang over at first, and he's called out. It's really a phenomenal play, everyone around.
First two pitches by Brody Lotta to begin at the bottom of the fourth. Our split, 1-1. Jackson Tanner in there for Southeast of Saline, part of that big defensive effort. The margin for error on that play was zero. If you're going to get that runner going down the first base line, as that was one of the better runners, it was Cale Greavy for Chaparral, but they were able to get him by just a fraction of a step, and that was a big double play.
Yeah, and the thing is, the first baseman doesn't stretch out to go get that. He's safe. That's the difference in that.
Tanner goes down swinging. Now to bring up Casson Clover. It's good baseball, right? It's good video. You talk about them, then they come to the plate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Tyson Keller, he's standing on deck if he should be called on, and he will be because there's just one out. Here's a ball that is fouled back and again onto the football field behind us by Clover. Ball outside, evens count 1-1.
And, we haven't really utilized a lot of the speed. You haven't seen anybody bunt, but with the moisture, it could be something to take a look at and lay one down.
Here's a sharply hit ball down the third base line, going to be fielded there by Trace Hadsel, and he'll throw it over to first and throw Clover out on the ground out to third. So here comes Keller back at the top of the order for Southeast of Saline. Trojans lead it here 1-0 with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Southeast basketball brought to you by Sage Products in Salina, also Messenger Total Promotions, and AJ Honey Farms. 75 pitches by Brody Lotta so far. Here's 76, and it's a slow roller. Could be trouble, but they get Lotta back over to first to cover it up, and the Roadrunners put the Trojans down in order as we are through with 4 innings. 1-0 our score. Southeast of Saline leads it here from Burlington on the Salina Post Sports Network.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Back here at Burlington, Southeast of Saline Sports Network today. It's a busy, busy day. We got at least 3 sites covered for you. Tyler Henry right now in Silver Lake for the Sacred Heart Baseball Knights. They're trying to win 2 today to go to the Class 2A state tournament. Then later today at 5 o'clock, we'll have Chapman softball for you. Anthony Georges hopping on board as he will have the Lady Irish as they have a chance to win 2 today at home to go back to the 4A state softball tournament. Here in Burlington at southeast of Saline, leading Chaparral 1-0. Devin Haney, Kevin Lilly, Brian Dennett providing that live stream video you're watching free of charge on Salina Post YouTube and salinapost.com. Trojans lead it here 1-0 as we start the top of the 5th with Trace Hadsel coming up to bat for the Roadrunners.
And I think as the further this game goes on, if you start continuing to give free passes, that's when, they start to, come back to bite you.
Here's a big hit ripped between third and short. And Hadsel, that's the first really well-hit ball of the day for the Roadrunners against Tiernan Potachik. And Hadsel, the leadoff runner, will be on first to start things off here for Chaparral. That was a well-hit rocket.
Yep, and he just sat on Tiernan's fastball, right? And so you start to kind of figure out what the routine is and all that. If you're the Trojans, you got to start switching that up a little bit and start being a little bit more deceptive.
Michael Kirkpatrick up for Chaparral as they throw over to first. Hadsel diving back, hands first. Kirkpatrick, the DH, he popped up his first time up. It's been an efficient outing for Potachik. He's throwing right now his 55th pitch, and it's a bunt that goes foul, trying to move the runner via bunt, and they cannot.
And this is what, like these games will do to you. They'll make you do stuff that you normally do. Like in this situation, it's 1-0. We're getting further along in this game. You start feeling the pressure to have to maybe play some small ball and do some things that you maybe haven't done all year.
Kirkpatrick, the 7-hole hitter. And we're in the 5th inning. This is only his second time at the plate.
Yeah.
So as you talked about before, repetition, seeing pitchers over and over. They haven't got a chance to see Tiernan Potachik all the way through twice yet. Yeah. Here's an 0-1 pitch outside. Keller taps the glove, tries to go to second. He got him. Boy, Keller had a little bit of a delay, but then unleashed that rocket. And Tyson Keller gets the runner at second, trying to steal. What a play that was by Keller.
And like you said, there was a big delay. I don't think Keller actually knew he was going at that point because the guy was bunting at the plate. And so I think that was the reason for the delay is the bunt. The guy went down so far to get that and pulled back, kind of maybe just messed with Keller a little bit.
Now Kirkpatrick, 1-2 count. They went from having the leadoff runner on first with nobody out. Now a 1-2 count with a runner down and nobody on base. Here's that 1-2 pitch. Fouled straight back.
But, that's a prime deal like we just talked. That's probably not something that they do a whole lot with the bottom of their order. And so in that situation, he should have never stole, or he's got to put that ball in play.
Tiernan's 1-2. Half-hearted swing, reaching over the plate. Potachik will come off the mound. He'll fire over to first and puts him away. That Trojan defense continues to flex its muscle. As a good play there, coming off the bump, Tiernan Potachik is able to throw out Michael Kirkpatrick. That'll bring up right fielder Jay Cushenberry, who struck out swinging his first time up back in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, you got to be able to field your position there. Just nice and slow. Tiernan watched it all the way through and fired a dart over their first base.
Top of the 5th, Trojans leading 1-0. High heat. And a swinging strike there for Cushenberry.
Seeing right there looked like Cushenberry was actually kind of thinking breaking ball or something like that. I mean, he was way behind on that one.
0-1 pitch. Cushenberry again swings through it. 0-2. Potachik jumps ahead. This is a Chaparral team that got here by defeating Conway Springs 10-5 in the first round game. 0-2 pitch. This one knocked down the first base line, but it goes foul, and the count will remain 0-2. Chaparral comes in the 6th seed. Conway Springs was the 11th seed, as Chaparral got that 10-5 win last week. It's just this new format kind of feels different, right? You play your first round game, then you kind of sit and wait. Then you see what's coming up next week. You got some more time to rest the arms and kind of see where you're at.
I know it just pushes everything back a little bit further, but I'd love to see it to where it's your first 2 games are at home for the higher seed.
Puts the 1-2 pitch in there, and this is going to be a base hit down the right field line. Cushenberry rounds first. He's looking for second, and he will be sliding in with a double, a 2-out double with nobody on base, and that will bring up Austin Hazel. So a 2-bagger by Jay Cushenberry here in the bottom of the order for the Roadrunners. And Hazel back up at the plate. The left fielder struck out swinging his first time up against Potacek. This time he'll shoot it right back to Tiernan. Tiernan comes off, gets the glove, left-handed throw over, and Southeast gets out of the inning. So a ground out and one stranded here by the Roadrunners takes us to the bottom of the fifth. Southeast of Saline still leads it 1-0 right here on Salina Post.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
Salina Surgical Hospital is a high-quality surgical facility with a comfortable and home-like atmosphere. Together with our community's greatest doctors, we are committed to a patient care model where exceptional satisfaction is the norm and every patient feels like they are treated with respect, dignity, and compassion. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local community-involved physicians. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure with us. Salina Surgical Hospital, your voice, your choice.
Tiernan Potacek leads off the bottom of the fifth as we have a new pitcher on the mound for Chaparral. Coming into pitch from shortstop is Carter Hostetler. Brody Lotta, who was the pitcher, will slide over to third base. And so far, Hostetler ahead in the count, 0-2. Cannot see who moved to short right now.
That's number 4.
Trace Hadsel.
Yep.
Making all the fun adjustments on our scribble sheets. Here's contact by Potacek. It's going to go to Lotta at third, and they're going to get Tiernan Potacek by half a step as he went down the first base line. So good contact there by Potacek, but a ground out at his third at bat of the game. Bring up Kason Bertrand. Bertrand's been busy so far today. Had a single and then also a walk. He was able to reach all the way over to third where he was stranded. Back in the third inning. First pitch for a ball on Bertrand there. 1-0 our score. Stetler's pitch comes in, low and outside. Count jumps to 2-0.
and you wonder if it's just a different look. Kind of with the couple of innings where Chaparral struggled with us, with balls, base on balls and stuff like that, if they just wanted to give us a different look or if they just kind of felt comfortable going with somebody else.
Carter Hostetler has logged the second most innings pitched this season. Brody Lotta had the third most innings logged. Hostetler on the season coming into this one, 34 innings pitched, 50 strikeouts, 23 base on balls. He does have a little bit of a tendency to hit batters. He has 7 batters hit by pitch this season. Here's a shot out to right field and a base hit that will drop in there for Kason Bertrand, who continues to be fired from the plate. So he'll be standing on first. We'll go to Noah Rupert coming up next. Rupert reached on a fielder's choice. Excuse me, was thrown out on a fielder's choice to advance the runners and then struck out on a second time at bat. Grady Gebhardt stands in the on-deck circle. 1-on-1 out here for southeast of Saline, bottom of the 5th. Hostetler's pitch is a strike. Big lead. Rupert's going to take off. Here's the throw to second. It's going to get away from the coverage man. That was Trace Hadsel coming in trying to cover up there. And southeast of Saline now has a runner in scoring position as Kason Bertrand was able to get a good jump. I think he would have been safe anyway, just not much of a decision there.
Yeah, because to me, Carter never came set there before he came to the plate. I mean, that was a quick pitch. I thought they were going to call balk, but they didn't.
1-1 count now. 22nd stolen base by Bertrand on the season. One of the leaders on this team. Here's a little, swing that's going to drop in there for a base hit. Bertrand is going to be held at third, and it will be a single that time for Noah Rupert. Rupert kind of had his shoulders ducked down and just kind of turned his whole body, got the bat on it, was able to put it out into shallow right field that time.
I think it fooled him a little bit, and he went to kind of protect himself and just got just enough of it.
So Gebhardt on for the first time today with somebody occupying first base. He has been up twice with first base open and a runner on second and third.
But see, even in this situation, I don't know why they don't utilize that more. It's okay. What's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Now the bases are loaded. Now we set up a double play. We've got one out.
Load them up. You can still get a double play, as you said, or to go anywhere, get a leadoff runner. And they're going to come in. Look at Brody Lotta, and they're charging as Gebhardt was showing bunt. Gebhardt tried to call timeout late, and the umpire did not give it to him. Now Chance Potachek's going to want to talk to his senior, Grady Gebhardt. So they're on the same page here with runners on the corners and one out. So 1-0 lead. Southeast of Saline able to get that run, and they're bottom of the third inning.
And Carter was looking at second base forever. There's nobody at second base, so I don't know if he was looking for their center fielder to give him a sign of something or the shortstop or what he was doing, but it kind of confused Grady in that situation too.
He may be a master in peripheral vision. That's exactly what he's doing, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
He's looking back at center field, but he's actually seeing first base. Pitch in there for Grady Gebhardt is a ball. He was fortunate on that first pitch that he was showing bunt and asked for time that it was called outside. So 2-0 the count now on Grady Gebhardt. Runners on the corners here for southeast of Saline, one out. Takes one outside for 2-1 count now.
Well, the thing is, if you're going to bunt in this situation, you're bunting to get this runner home, so everything's got to go to the right side to the first baseman because the third baseman is crashing hard every time he pulls it around.
Caden Peterson standing on deck here for southeast of Saline. Right now it's Gebhardt at the plate. 2-1 count. Shows bunt. Southeast of Saline is going to have a mistake here as coming down the line was Bertrand. And Gebhardt could not make contact on that pitch, and Bertrand's going to be thrown out at the plate. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Yeah, and that's the thing there is you've got to get that down. It doesn't matter if you foul it off. You know he's coming, and Grady knew he just missed it, and he had to get out of the way.
So Bertrand thrown out at home on the failed sacrifice bunt there by southeast of Saline. 2-2 count. Gebhardt's going to pop this one straight back. And the count will remain the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And now just a single runner on first. Rupert over at the first base bag. Here's Hostetler's pitch. Gebhardt again takes a cut at it. And again, fouled straight back behind home plate. So Gebhardt battling in there. Hostetler, this was his first inning coming into pitch in relief of Brody Latta, and he has already thrown 18 pitches here in this inning. Here's the 2-2 again. Gebhardt gets hit by a pitch on the left arm. That is the 8th batter hit by pitch by Hostetler this season. So now 2 runners on for Southeast of Saline as Grady Gebhardt gets hit by a pitch for the 2nd time today. Noah Rupert will advance to second. And we'll see Caden Peterson for the 3rd time. He has a ground out and also a base on balls here in this game. He has been at bat 3 times now and a total of 8 runners on. Yeah. His first 2 times at bat, he was up with bases loaded. This time, Caden's up there with runners on first and second with 2 outs. And I might mention, every time he's been up, it's been 2 outs.
Yes. Well, and the other thing is that, see, the pressure's not on. The bases aren't loaded.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
Something on the right field line would be just phenomenal right now.
And not the first time today he's been up there with 2 outs.
That's
so.
right.
First pitch in there was a ball for Caden Peterson. Hostetler's going to check the runner at second. He looks over his shoulder. Peterson's going to put the barrel on this one. Could be some trouble up there in those clouds, and Chaparral will come in and they will put it away. Cushenberry comes in to make the out to get Chaparral out of that inning. So the top of the 6th we go. Chaparral will be back and a chance to score some points. Still looking for their first run as they trail at 1-0. Southeast of Saline leads here on Salina Post.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support. Thank you for choosing local.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Back here at Burlington High School, Devin Haney, Kevin Lilly, Brian Denon on video as we continue through this really close game. It's been a good one here. If you like the defense and good pitching, it has definitely been that between Southeast of Saline and Chaparral Roadrunner. Southeast of Saline baseball brought to you today by Kansas Bankers Technologies and Technical Consulting, along with Scientific Engineering and our friend Kevin Peterson. They're a machine shop in Salina for production machine needs, any size, large and small. Cut your production time. If you are down, you need a part, those are the people you call. Scientific Engineering and Kevin Peterson. First pitch here, it's a swinging strike for Chaparral. Carter Hostetler, who just came in to pitch for the Roadrunners. He'll make contact here, foul it straight back, and that's a favorite spot for foul balls here so far today.
The old lollipop doesn't get it done anymore. Remember those days?
Yeah.
You get a lollipop at the concession if you went and got a foul
Double
ball.
bubble, that's always popular.
Then it went to a quarter and $1.
Then it was big money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there was fighting over it.
That was financial situations
that's
at
right.
stake. Patochik ahead in the count here on the leadoff runner. Carter Hostetler counts 1-2. Pitch inside across the shoulders, called ball. That'll leave the count at 2-2. Next pitch for Tiernan Patochik will be pitch number 70 here in this game. He has worked the whole game so far. Here's the southpaw 2-2, and it's down in the dirt. Keller will jump in front of it, and the count goes full.
Now, if my math is correct, or Keisha's website is correct, it's 105 pitches in one game.
Okay. Sharply hit ball right between third and short. This will roll all the way to Noah Rupert in left field, and the leadoff runner is on. And it's the Leadoff runner in the order, also the one-hole hitter, Carter Hostetler, who hits a hard hit ball.
And that's kind of the second hard hit ball that we've seen today for Chaparral, and they've both been to that left side.
Ty Hadsel is up next. He struck out in the first inning swing, and then he flew out to right field. This is his third time seeing, I should say, Tiernan Potachik, and that's of note too. We've talked about that a little bit, limited time through the order with Hostetler, who's on first. That starts not only the top of the order for Chaparral, but now these guys' third time seeing Tiernan Potachik on the mound.
Yep, and the thing is right now defensively for Southeast, they've got to make quick work of this, and if they have the opportunity to roll it up, they've got to get it, because what that does is we're at the top of the 6. We only play 7.
Here's the bunt. It's going to stay inbounds. Potachik over to field it, and he's got a tough play, but he gets the runner at first. Hadsel was screaming down the line, and he is going to have the sacrifice to move Hostetler over to second base. So a sacrifice bunt will bring up Brody Lotta. He was the starting pitcher to begin this thing. Struck out his first time up, then he grounded out to second base in his second at-bat.
And those are the little plays that kind of go unnoticed, but, you know, there's a lot of teams out there that something like that happens. They overthrow the first baseman, and now that run comes around and scores, and everything just kind of spirals.
Potachik will start Brody Lotta off here with a ball in the dirt. Keller doing his usual fantastic job behind the plate. I don't know that you could ask for a better backstop than Tyson Keller. He's just solid, isn't he?
And you know, he got some opportunities last year, but he's just gotten so much better this year, and he has been. He's just been a wall back there.
Pitch inside, that will go for a ball 2-0. You look at Keller, you see some of these teams, they will opt for the big guy who can cover a lot of space and, you know, kind of that goalie mentality, but his reaction time is so fast.
Yeah, and I mean, he is built. I mean, the kid is so strong back there. It's just phenomenal. I mean, his thighs are as big as my torso. I mean, he's just a built kid.
Here's a chop at this one. Potachik comes in, lets it take a bounce. He'll calmly turn, throw it over first base, and Heller will put the runner away. The Hostetler will advance, though, to third on that fielder's choice.
And see, this is a situation that, you know, they've done it to us. I mean, would you consider just putting him on? You don't have anybody at first. Do you consider that at all?
Well, Daxton Hostetler today flew out to center field on a hard hit ball, and then his second time up reached on a walk. So either one of those situations will end the inning for you if he should duplicate one of those. Of course, Hostetler on third. He is way out here, almost in the coach's bracket of the box down the third base line. Here's Daxton Hostetler. He's going to give this a ride out to right field, and it is narrowly a foul ball. That'll even the count at 1-1 on a long strike there by Daxton Hostetler. And again, Kevin, you touched on it early on this game when we saw a shot out to right field that did that. I think that's the wind, just having its effect on this game.
And there again, you know, they gave one back to us now, right? We had one with the bases loaded that could have done some damage, and right there.
So Hostetler and Potachik battling here with a runner on third, 2 outs, count at 1-1. Potachik brings it to the plate. This time again down the right-hand line. And it will bounce in foul territory. Completely turf field here, artificial surface all the way around, including outfields, foul lines, everything. So while it may mist and just kind of make things a little damp here and there, still not a bad day for baseball. Here's a pop-up. That one's going to get out of play as well as Heller watches it clear the fence by first base. It's a big field, too. You know, even in the foul lines, there's a ton of space on this field.
Well, the thing is, like that ball down in right field, it bounced and then it kind of curves to that right field fence. And
here's Hostetler. He grounds it to third. Couple of bounces there. Clover's going to pick it up, and Southeast can't get it over to first for the out. That's going to score a run for Chaparral. And Daxton Hostetler does his job at the plate as he is able to get a ball that was hard to handle for Southeast of Saline's defense, and we have tied this game. So the leadoff man, Carter Hostetler, is able to score the first Roadrunner run as Daxton Hostetler reaches on an error. So hit reset on this game as Cale Greavy comes up. He has reached on an error and then also hit into a double play. 2 outs here for Chaparral. High pitch.
And I think in this situation, if you're Southeast, you just take a deep breath and just understand the situation. The game is now tied. Like you said, we're just going to reset and let's go after this batter and let's get out of the inning and let's go get a run.
Potachik's second pitch, contact made there. Heller giving chase all the way to the fence, but this one's going to clear out of bounds as well. That'll even the count at 1-1 with 2 outs. In the second game of the day, Burlington and Haven, as this game is going on 90 minutes long. One pitch. Took something off that one, and it falls in for a ball. Count runs to 2-1 now with 2 outs and nobody on.
And you wonder, I mean, as far as, Tierran's been pitching phenomenally, but when does, Jimmy and the coaching staff decide that maybe it's time to?
And a nice play there by Cass and Clover at third to get the runner, Cale Greavy, on that play. But the Roadrunners even it up here in the top of the 6th. 1-1 is our score. Southeast of Saline coming up with their half of the 6th when we come back. Southeast of Saline baseball presented today by Everhart Precision Ag.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit everhartprecision.com.
Trojan baseball today from the regional tournament is brought to you by Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms. If you're coming up on maybe a big holiday throughout the summer, pretty close Memorial Day, but might be able to get you squeezed in there if you call Cole or Callie and make your appointments. They are always proud to support area student athletes, including students today competing in this baseball game for Southeast of Saline. Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms. 1-1 is our score at Southeast of Saline. We'll send the bottom of the order to the plate. Leighton Noosh will lead things off here for Southeast of Saline. Couple of strikeouts today so far for Noosh. As Chaparral evened things up in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, this would be a good time for the bottom of the order to set the table for that top of the order, right? Get a couple of these guys on and see if we can make something happen.
Carter Hostetler back to the mound. He came on in the 5th inning for the Roadrunners through 21 pitches. Hostetler's first offering be fouled off straight back to the backstop by Nooch. We'll start out with an 0-1 count. Wind can't really make up its mind what it wants to do today. It kind of calmed down there for a bit. Now it's back up closer to 15 or 20. It has affected this game, especially down the right field line. Second pitch there by Carter Hostetler is going to even the count at 1-1. Hostetler already back to the windup. Inside across the elbow line there where it says Trojans across the chest of Leighton Noosh. 2-1 now our count.
Man, I know you want to hit, but in that situation, I think you got to let that ball hit you. And I think as he gets a little bit older, he may realize that too. Like the situation of the game is that we need base runners, even though the game's just tied. A free pass is a great pass.
3-1 in the dirt. Nooch with a leadoff walk.
What do I know?
Look out, Southeast of Saline has their leadoff runner on as Leighton Nooch has reached for the first time today. Leighton just kind of said, Kevin, watch this.
Watch this.
There are multiple ways to skin this cat.
That's right.
So that'll bring up Jackson Tanner. Tanner's had a busy day today in the field over at second. He's showing bunt. Nooch with a pretty big leadoff over on first. Here's the high pitch coming across. Nooch back quickly as Tanner couldn't strike that ball down if he wanted to. It was too high outside, and he has to take the ball. Casson Clover.
Yeah, you just got to be careful here. The ball's got to get down if you're going to bunt. Right, the last thing you want to do is get it doubled up, in the top of the or the bottom of the 6th inning.
Casson Clover on deck. He's trying to time things out here for his next opportunity at the plate. Right now, though, it's Nooch on first, Tanner at the plate. Here's a bunt that is going to be popped up down the first base line, and giving all the effort over there by Cale Greavy, went sliding to his knee. Couldn't quite get there, and it'll just be a long strike.
And right there, I think Tanner's just got to pull back, right? The runner is reading that. He's not just leaving when the ball's thrown. So if it's not there, you don't have to lay it down. But in that situation, it's kind of what we talked about. You don't want the ball going in the air.
1-1 is our count. Hostetler checks the runner. Now comes to the plate. It's a called strike. And again, Daxton Hostetler looks down at the runner at first. Dancing around is Leighton Nooch. Reached with a walk to lead off the inning. 1-2 is our count. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strikes pitch coming up for Carter Hostetler. Contact made again down the first baseline. That one's going to be out of play once again. So Hostetler, who is just working, not even in really to his 2nd inning of work. He hasn't notched it out yet in this inning. Has already thrown 30 pitches. He just came on in the 5th. Hostetler checks over his shoulder. Still staring into center field. Here's the 1-2. High, it's going to even the count at 2-2.
And that's the thing. I think that we've been pretty disciplined at the plate today, and we've been able to see some pitches, whether it's the first pitcher or with him.
That's a great point. We haven't seen a lot of bad swings today for Southeast of Saline. Here's another contact swing, straight back to the backstop.
And off of your point on that is even the young men that have stricken out today, they've been good swings.
Yeah.
We haven't guessed and just been bad swings. I mean, they've been good swings.
2-2 pitch and high strike there will get Jackson Tanner swinging as he strikes out for the 3rd time today. Casson Clover coming up now. Tyson Keller will get us back to the order as he hits on the on-deck circle. Southeast with a runner on first and 1 out here is now Casson Clover will go to work. He got struck out looking his first time up, then grounded out to 3rd on his 2nd attempt in the box. Contact there. A long foul ball up to the right-hand side. We'll start him out 0-1.
We have seen a lot of foul balls today.
Yes,
there has been a ton of them.
And they're all down the first base line. I think it speaks to the pitching that we've seen today. I mean, you don't see anybody out in front of these pitches.
Nope.
They are not pulling anything out of bounds. They are fighting for their lives, trying to get contact. On the count. There's the runner going for Southeast of Saline, and it's going to be a close play at second, and the ball comes free out of the glove of Trace Hatzel that time, and reaching on the stolen base is Leighton Nooch, so he turns his walk into a runner in scoring position as Leighton Nooch all the way to second now. That's his 13th stolen base of the year. Back to the plate now, Casson Clover with a 1-1 count. 1 out in a scoring position runner now. And he swings through a strike in the middle of the plate there for 1-2. Again, Keller on the on-deck circle representing the top of the order for Southeast of Saline. There's another steal attempt, now going to 3rd. And look at that call by Southeast of Saline as Leighton Nooch gets the 2-bagger steal.
And that's probably one of those calls, if you get a good jump and you get a good read off of what the pitcher's doing, you go ahead and go.
I think it also probably represents where you're at in your batting order too, right?
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2, and it's going to be a swinging miss for Casson Clover. So With a runner on third and 2 outs, Tyson Keller will come to the plate in a 1-1 regional semifinal. Southeast Baseball Today brought to you by L&L Advisors, also Frisbee Construction, New Image Audio, and Salina Ortho. See what Tyson Keller can do here. First pitch, grabs the outer half of the plate. 0-1 is the starting count. Leighton Nooch with a walk to lead off the inning, and 2 stolen bases. Keller watches this one way upstairs. Evens the count at 1-1. Tiernan Potachik is in the on-deck circle here for the Trojans. Contact made, fell sharply back to the fence.
And everything just staying on that right side.
Yep,
I mean, if
count 1-2. Boy, you'd love to see Keller make some contact here and get that go-ahead run in for Southeast of Saline in the bottom of the 6th. Scoring opportunity here after Noosh was sent to second, then sent to third. Successful on both.
Well, it just changes how you proceed or how you attack the top of the 7th inning as well.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Contact made, and again, off the right-hand side. That one a little bit longer, but still same result. It's Tyson Keller still battling in there. The backstop for Southeast of Saline, looking to put his team back out in front. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Grounded back to the pitcher. This one might be trouble. Keller can run, and they're going to have an error. Boy, second baseman just kind of had that ball go off the turf and then hit him in the shins, and the pressure that time put on by Leighton Nooch is able to score that run and give Leighton Nooch all the credit in the world there, as he comes up with not only his 13th and 14th stolen bases, but then puts enough pressure on that Tyson Keller can reach on an error. And we will see a courtesy runner for Southeast of Saline. Burton Brooks, the freshman, comes in for the Trojans. Tiernan Potachik up to bat. So Southeast looking to have a continuation of this 2-out rally that's put him up by a run. First pitch outside. Potachik watches that one fly by for first pitch ball. He jumps ahead in the count.
And it's amazing with the Southeast team how many times you're repeating somebody's name or you're saying somebody's name, and it's freshman, sophomore, freshman,
it really is.
sophomore.
Yeah.
And they're playing such a big role at the varsity level.
Potachik is watching 3 straight pitches screened by him, all 3 of them for balls. Takes 3-0, and he walked on 4 pitches. 2 runners on now for Southeast of Saline. That'll move Keller over to second, and Potachik will occupy first after his second walk of the game. Keller made contact on that scoring play, but all the pressure created by Leighton Nooch on the bags was key to that scoring play.
Absolutely.
For the Trojans. Yep. Now we're going to see a timeout here by Chaparral. Gives a chance to remind you that Southeast of Saline sports all season long, brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, also Commercial Tire Centers, Vernon Jewelers, along with Everhart Precision Ag, Smart Insurance, and Winnell Garrettson at Salina Homes. 2-1. Southeast of Saline leading this one. They have 2 runners on. Keller on second, Potachik on first. Kason Bertrand at the plate. And boy, he has been productive today. He's been able to reach base every single time up. He's been stranded twice on third, unable to find home as of yet. But boy, what a great opportunity this would be for Bertrand to be productive again.
And everything's been to the right side for him, right? Right field, second baseman, and then a walk. I mean, he's been pretty productive.
2 on, 2 out. And a sharply hit ball to third. Lotta, a chance to put this one away, and he is able to end the inning on the big stretch by Cale Greavy. So a ground out for Southeast of Saline, but they get the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. Southeast of Saline leading 2-1 right here on Salina Post Sports.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush! The freakishly fast frog!
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush and a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lillipad Septic.com.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Back here at Burlington High School, regional baseball going on. Southeast of Saline gets a run in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. 2-1 Southeast of Saline. And Trace Hadsel leads things off for the Roadrunners of Chaparral. He struck out his first time up, then had a single in the second time up. For his second time up, I should say. Sacred Heart led 2-0 over Mission Valley almost the entire baseball game. Then Mission Valley scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th to come back and win 3-2. So Mission Valley advances as that score coming in from Silver Lake. Sacred Heart has their baseball season ended today.
And the thing is for Southeast, you're at your 6th hole. You got to throw strikes and let your defense work.
Here's a bouncing ball that goes just trickling over to third base, and Casson Clover comes over to throw him out at first. Clover, another great defensive play to throw Trace Hadsel out over at first base.
And that's the most important thing is allow them, you can't put these guys on base, right? You can't walk them. You got to let them hit the ball, and right there your defense has your back.
My score sheet says ground out to Clover a lot on it here today. Holy cow, what a performance by the Southeast third baseman. That gets the leadoff runner for the Roadrunners. Now standing in there is Michael Kirkpatrick, the DH for Chaparral. Watch as 2 pitches go by, and the count is even, 1-1. Kirkpatrick has popped up today and then grounded out as he went back to Potocik in his last at-bat. His third time in the box here. Takes a slice at it, gets a strike on a foul ball, 1-2.
And so, like in this situation, Tiernan's at 90 pitches for the game. He can go to 105 if it's when he's with a batter.
Keller, a little visit out to the mound. As Southeast of Saline is up 2-1. Here's a foul to the right side fence. Keller, a little visit out to the mound.
I think Keller went out there because the ump got hit by the ball, maybe just giving him a little bit of time to, catch his breath as well.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. Potocik took a bunch off of that one. It comes in lazy and falls to the outside, even in the count at 2-2. Kirkpatrick, Cushenberry on deck. Hazel in the hole here for Chaparral if they should get the line moving here. It's the bottom of the order for the Roadrunners. Full count, 1 out. Potocik with the payoff. Outside portion of the plate, and it's going to be called a ball. So Potocik's going to lose Kirkpatrick here. So he's going to go to first after a base on balls. His first time on the bags today for the Roadrunners. That will bring up Jay Cushenberry, who struck out his first time up, but hit a hard hit ball for a double his second time at the plate. 2-1 Southeast of Saline. Potocik starts him off with a swinging strike and jumps ahead in the count, 0-1. Trojan Baseball brought to you today from Burlington by Legacy Roofing. Fast roof and gutter help. It's a family-owned company. You can rely on them to take care of whatever you need right away and in the long term at Legacy Roofing. Here's a pop-up over to right field, where Leighton Nooch is to put it away.
Why wouldn't it go to right field, right, Devin?
Yeah, got to.
It's got to.
So Nooch puts it away. Second out of the inning for Southeast of Saline's defense. Austin Hazel up at bat now. Austin so far today, he struck out swinging his first time at bat, then grounded out in his second appearance. Patochik starts him off with a strike. That ball had a lot of sweep to it. Hazel, one of the few left-handers we've seen in this game. He's going to make contact here. It's a shallow pop-up, and it will be put away by Southeast of Saline. Kason Bertrand over to put it away, and that'll do things here for the first game of the day here at Burlington High School. Southeast of Saline wins it 2-1, and boy, Kev, they were able to come back, and they got a run in the third inning. They led 1-0 for the majority of the game, really didn't seem to get threatened, but then in the sixth inning, Chaparral got their leadoff runner on, and it was able to be Carter Hosteller who came around. He got a couple of sacrifice movements, was able to score that run and even it up, but then Southeast wasted not a lot of time playing from behind. They were able to get that run back in the bottom of the first, and they get the victory here to open this regional semifinal 2-1 and advance to the next game later today.
Well, and the thing is Tiernan pitched a phenomenal game. This is why you pitch him in this situation, to get to that championship game. And they did a lot of things really, really well. I mean, I think they only made 1 or 2 errors the whole game, but they didn't really cost them in the big picture. Not a lot of walks. Everybody pitched pretty quick. It just was a good baseball game.
Our Vernon Jewelers gems of the game today, we're going to go twice, right? And we're going to go offense and defense. Defensively, boy, you got to split it between Tiernan Patochik on the bump. He went the entire distance, 98 pitches, and was able to keep this Roadrunner team at bay, only allowing 1 run for Tiernan Patochik on the mound, but also Casson Clover at third base. I thought he did a good job today on the hot corner, taking care of some balls that could have been trouble for Southeast of Saline, but he was able to take care of things. And offensively, what was the spark plug in the sixth inning, right when Southeast of Saline needed, and that was Leighton Nooch, right? Reached to the first base bag on a walk, then stole 2 bases, was able to score on a fielding error by Chaparral, and that was the game-winning run, putting Southeast up 2-1 in this one.
Yep, and the thing is Southeast did enough of the little things right, just like you said with Nooch. You know, he takes second. It's called that way. We're trying to bunt him over there, and that doesn't work. And then he gets a great jump when he was at second to get to third, and it's just those type of baseball plays that win you games when it's executed right, and it was today.
So Southeast of Saline notches their 21st victory of the season. They will move that record to 21-3, and now the attention of the Trojans will be on this next game of the day, and it will be the Haven Wildcats taking on the home team, the Burlington Wildcats. Those two will do battle. The winner of this contest will play Southeast of Saline later this evening for the regional championship and for the right to go to the Class 3A state tournament. Southeast of Saline wins it 2-1, our final score. Southeast of Saline Trojan Baseball brought to you by Everhart Precision Ag, also Lily Pad Septic Service and Portable Restrooms, and also Legacy Roofing in Salina. We'll talk to you again later this evening after the Burlington Haven game. Be about 20 minutes after that game, we'll have the Southeast of Saline Regional Championship game for you right here on Salina Post Sports.
This has been a presentation of Eagle Media, Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, and Salina Post Sports. This has been your Game of the Week.